So for the field force, the platform, if a company, your company, like a, what is the name? What is the name? Mahbuba. If your company, your husband has like the real estate company, if your company, your husband wants to actually need the service from the field force, so your company will be actually submitting the documents, right? Your LLC documents. Then the field force operation team member will review everything else and will give you the access of the field force. Means we'll be creating your manager account, will be creating your account, and you'll be uploading everything through the website also. Yes, exactly. So that's exactly the work. And then once you create the company, then you actually decide which service you want. Someone say I only need the task service. Someone say I need the delivery service. Someone say I need the attendance of my employee. Some companies I need all the service. So all the API based on each of the services, we have the service is separated and we have the API is separated. This part is exactly the regular business requirements analysis. Is nothing we are going to go over. If you click the URL, and now actually we can see all the details here. So this is actually the authentication services. Okay. This is actually good news. This is actually deployed by Shanawaz. He is actually last year, February, CloudOps engineer. Okay. I asked him, okay, you deploy yourself now. I want to showcase to one of the workshop. So he deployed it. We did not test it. We did not even touch it until today. This is the officially we are showing it. And do you want to know what happened with this? Only 3 API works. None of the API works. That's the good news. That's how it works. Once you deploy, things does not work like you are thinking. None of the API works because I told him we are not going to test anything. We'll be showing in the workshop whatever the API works. Then people will see, well, none of the API works actually. Prantu said only 2 or 3 API works. None of the API works. So what you'll do? You'll be communicating with the DevOps engineer. Well, it does not work really. And the DevOps engineer will start communicating with the developer. Oh, what happened here? You see this? Your communication is started. And I find out he actually deployed the front end, the old version of the front end. So see this? It happened because somehow he got the old version from the GitHub and he deployed it. So now he has to fix the front end, the latest version. So if you know this one, you will be very frustrating. And that's the frustrating is our job. Development team member go through the frustration. That's how we work. And finally we build the application. So this is the one URL. Look at this. Every URL will be different. Every application means every service has the different port number and different URL. Prantu, do we have every? Although we have only limited. This is the different, right? Let's go see. Yeah. No, is that same?
No, you scroll down.
Yep. Oh, that's the user.
Yes.
So this is another URL. It's not the. You guys remember when you saw the e-commerce is one URL, right? Actually, it's a different URL. Remember we said every developer is developing. Not only developing, it's their application, right? So they are actually extensioning their application through the specific port number. They do their application because in one server, you cannot deploy the 2 applications using the same port number. Remember this. You will have the port conflict. Port number will be conflict. So you are writing the user management, 8,000. You are writing the task service, it cannot be 8,000. If you use the 8,000, what you will say? In the server, when the main server where you deploy, it will say it's conflicting, or it will say the port is used. So each of the application, each of the service has their own the port number. That's how it's separated. So let's go see other one. Go this one, register company owner. I don't think anything else works. App user. Okay, app user is here. So we are going to give you all the URL because all the service was deployed, but none of the service has been tested because we waited for this today. And the only 3 API works, none of the API works. Okay, so what is the communication will be? You will be reporting, you will be working with him. You will not working with the developer because that's not developer job to ensure how the deployment works. So you will be actually, now you have to test it. Why is not working? Why is not working? If you ask the question back and forth, if you are not able to produce the what type of error he's having, developer will be very frustrated. Is this guy a DevOps engineer? He's asking me all this nonsense question. Why you are not able to just explain me something details, what the issues they are having. You just cannot throw the developer is not working. You have to give the details. So how you test it? You have to go to the postman. Either you can take from her, so you can sit down with her, what the issue she's having. You can actually explain the same thing to the developer because she's not interested to talk to a developer, or maybe the environment is not allowing her to talk to the developer. So at this moment, before you open your mouth, you need to know what the issue she's having. So actually she's having the API issues. Because if the API is not working, the front end will not work. Front end will not work at all. So some of the issues will be showing today. You guys will see all either the deployment issues or the coding issues. And as from the quality assurance, I have no business to point finger at anybody. All I will say, I'm expecting this. I see this is not working. Just create the bug. And you will understand it. See, now you own the bug. You see this? You take the bug from her because you are the one who deployed and you gave her. So she is not actually assigning to the developer because she doesn't know at this moment it's the coding issues or it's actually the deployment issues. So you willingly step up. If she's continue creating the bug and assigning to the developer says, what the hell is going on here? I gave this guy spent the last 2 months with this DevOps engineer. Why not you assign to him? Why don't you call him to fix your shitty problem? Do not ask me all this. I'm working with him. So you have to now collaborate, right? Collaborate two things. Either is it my deployment issues or it is coding issues. You don't know. So what you will do, either email communication to start or you actually set up a meeting. Set up a meeting, now you actually go over. If you are uncomfortable to explain all of this, now you can bring her into the call. So she can, if you're explaining something wrong way, she will say, let me step up. Hey, I'm expecting this, I'm having this. If I use this ID, I'm getting this. If I use that ID, I'm getting this. So you are collaborating. And at this moment, developer can find out whether the code issues or the deployment issues. How? Because developer will run the same code on their machine. And they'll say, oh, it's working for me. So how did you deploy? So now he will say, well, why not you call your senior engineer? You call your senior DevOps engineer to find out the issues because developer is not a DevOps engineer, right? So he will be actually now bringing his engineer. Okay, we are having some issues. This is actually your life. Until the problem need to be fixed. Otherwise, quality assurance cannot perform the quality on this service that you deployed. Make sense? But she cannot stay idle because there is 3 APIs working. She cannot just say, let me start the Facebooking. Hey, I have no work. She cannot say that because still some of the API is working. She need to build the API. She need to build the postman. She need to create the test cases. Everything she has to do. Because the Scrum, nobody can sit idle. Our manager will say, well, go another application, go learn this, go get some training. Nothing is in the work environment that you can sit idle. It's not going to happen. But this is exactly the scenario happening on this. And to fix this, it will take minimum next 20 days to fix the whole issues. Because we have to redeploy it. The developer and the DevOps engineer need to work together to know the problem. If it is the old code, but the new code, what has to be done, they have to work together. So I thought this is the best session you guys have because you guys will get everything, the shiny. Otherwise, the workshop will not continue. But this one is the good one who will update you how this goes.